Welcome to the Uncut with X. So today we are going to talk about the attack that happened on Russia. So recently there was an attack that happened on Russia. Over 60 people succumbed to it, 100 being injured, according to the reports from Russia. Also, the terror group ISIS has taken over the claim that they were responsible for the attack, which happened during a rock concert in Moscow, Russia. So today online I have Bryson, although not here with me. So Bryson, what are your thoughts on this entire issue?
Thank you for having me. So, by the way, I've seen that issue, and there are lots of speculations over what has happened.
Yeah.
ISIS has claimed ISIS has claimed responsibility for that attack.
Yeah.
But Moscow hasn't responded or commented yet concerning that. Yeah. So what they said is that those attackers, they were fleeing towards the Ukrainian border. So the information being relayed by I think it's the FSB. Yeah, the FSB. It was that these guys had communication with the Ukrainian side. So it's like they had some intelligence with the Ukrainian side, and they were heading towards the Ukrainian border.
Yeah.
Something which Kyiv has really called absurd. I saw the United States saying that before even ISIS claimed responsibility, the United States removed said a report that they thought it was ISIS.
Yeah.
Of which ISIS has claimed it. Now, according to me, as far as attacks are concerned, I know ISIS, when they claim about an attack, they usually really mean it. So I don't know what was their intention of attacking Moscow.
Yeah. So what do you think about the warning? So there was a warning given to Russian citizens, mostly the United States citizens, by their embassy, telling them to avoid public places because there was their intelligence had discovered that there was going to be a possibility of an attack. So what do you think? Did they let it happen? Or do you think the Russian government would have done anything better to stop this?
This is an ambush.
Okay.
And when an ambush happens, actually, you don't have a lot to do.
Yeah.
One thing that you will tell people, you maybe it's just to inform them to avoid public places. The United States said that, I saw that report, they said that their citizens should avoid the public places. But I've heard some rumors, in social media, I've heard some rumors about people calling on CIA. I don't know if you've heard any stories concerning that.
I've heard.
Yeah, there are rumors, people saying that the CIA might have had a hand in it.
Yeah.
But as far, I don't know. Other people are saying Kyiv might be responsible, the way Russia has claimed. And you see, it now changes the balances of the war in Ukraine, because Putin has been looking into mobilizing more troops into Ukraine, and I don't know, he might use this as a reason of pushing more troops into Ukraine, because we might see the war escalating in Ukraine if at all Ukraine had taken part in it.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked you if they let it happen, because most people during the October 7th attack that happened on Israel, people said that the Israel intelligence claimed rather that the Israel intelligence let the attack happen simply because it will give them a leeway to push more further with their invasion.
Yeah. We might have some political motives out from it, but I really don't think they could just allow them to come and attack on their soil, because as of now, as we are speaking, it's over 133 people who have succumbed, because the death toll is still rising, even though the attackers, all of the attackers were caught, of which I'm even wondering how are they not neutralized at that place, at the scene. were the police or were the forces so slow to respond to it? I don't know how it happened, but in one way you can say it might be a reason to escalate the war in Ukraine.
But do you think this will change Russia's opinion on the Israel-Palestine war? Because currently he's in support for Palestinians, and Palestine is an Islam country. Do you think this will change the nature of his perspective on the current war?
Palestine being an Islam country, that does not automatically mean that Palestine is ISIS.
Yeah.
They do not have any affiliation with ISIS. It's the same way of saying a country like Saudi Arabia is because they are a Muslim country and whatever things, in as much as maybe you can call it some sort of religion war, because most of the people who were killed there were Christians.
Yeah.
I think, in fact, it was a targeted attack on Christians.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that since Palestine is a Muslim country, Putin will detach himself or Russia will detach itself from Palestine.
Yeah, true. Also, there's been a lot of accusations from this entire story. So some group of people are saying it's the US. Other people are saying it's Israel that has done this. So, in your opinion, do you think it's ISIS or it's all these other people who are accused?
There's a long history of ISIS, whereby there's a story saying ISIS was started by CIA because CIA funds most of these terror groups. That's a claim. Now, I saw something on X that Mossad was trending. Mossad, the Israeli, I think it's the Israeli spy team, some sort of the alternative of CIA
in Israel.
In Israel, and it was trending. So maybe when it is said, you don't know, when something is said by not one person, not two people, there's some truth in it as well.
But what is Israel benefiting?
Propaganda.
But what is Israel benefiting from attacking Russia? At any point, do they benefit in any way?
I can't really tell. If at all they benefit, they know how they benefit.
Because if the claims are true, or I don't think they're true, but if the claims are true, I don't think there is a way Israel is benefiting from them having another enemy at the moment, because they are currently occupied. They're currently trying to handle the Israel-Hamas thing, so I don't think they are in a position to try and attract more enemies at the moment.
Yeah, so what I can say, how I've advised myself is since no one has taken responsibility except from ISIS, whenever someone has pleaded guilty, he is guilty indeed. So let's avoid all these other suspects. As for me, I'm concentrating on the one who has pleaded guilty. If at all there's some evidence that will come up that maybe Israel was involved, maybe Yemen, maybe Ukraine, maybe US, then let it be so. But as of now, I'll say it is ISIS, because they look like ISIS, they behaved like ISIS, they acted like ISIS. So let's call them ISIS.
I do agree that it was ISIS, and it's quite crazy that we have reached to a certain point where even when a terror group claims to have done a specific thing, there are factions of people who are actually defending this terrorist organization simply because of the differences that exists in the world. It's absolutely crazy.
No, I wouldn't say they are defending the terror groups.
Yeah.
It's just that people really don't want to believe these terror groups had the nuts to do that.
Yeah.
They think that maybe someone else must have been involved. They must have gotten some funding. They might have gotten some hand or intelligence. But these terror groups, they were capable of attacking the Twin Towers in the United States. What's preventing them from attacking Moscow?
Yeah, true.
These are people who can have intel on their own. So, and ISIS is a very, 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 very wide group. They do have people, or I can say all of them, maybe not all of them, but they do have people in several of these countries.
Yeah.
We don't know. I cannot tell, but I know for sure. Maybe one of the ISIS members is in a university in the US.
True.
Yeah.
So Putin has not yet released any official statements regarding to this issue. So what do you think is going on in Putin's mind? What's his next move?
But I think he released a statement. I don't know if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm wrong.
But what do you think is going on in his mind? What do you think is his next move after the attack that happened?
I think Putin spoke.
Okay.
Yeah, he did speak, but I don't know what he spoke about. Even though it was just after the attack. So right now we do not have evidence is not there. We do not have more information. Maybe the information will be gathered from the attackers because as of now they're not killed.
Yeah, it's still a developing story, so there's a lot of things that have not been yet figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but with time we'll probably get more information on the same. So what do you think will happen if it's ISIS? Do you think we'll have another invasion in the Middle East?
Yeah, there might be some sort of retaliation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you cannot. I don't believe Russia will just sit there and wait and just be defending themselves.
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah, they will try to do something.
Yeah.
Which as of now we don't know yet what they will do. But if they have intel on ISIS, they will take a move.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, if Ukraine, because truth be told, on my side, I also suspect, even though it is ISIS, but
okay.
Ukraine, that guy Zelensky or Ukraine, I view it, they can even reach out to Taliban or to some other terror group to just attack, to give intel concerning maybe their enemy or the Russia as of now, and give them resources to attack their enemy.
Yeah, and what if the claim is true? Because there are also people having the same claim that it's Ukraine. What do you think would happen if the evidence by Russia is found that it's Ukraine?
If the claim is true, then we will see some troops moving into Ukraine, and we will see some troops, Russian troops, going into Kyiv. And recently we saw that this guy Macron said that if Russia reaches Kyiv, France will have no alternative but send its troop to Kyiv, and that would have brought the whole of NATO into the war. If something like that happens, then we think the war would have entered another era.
Yeah, true.
The escalation will be much broader because if we see, it is a promise that France made. If Russia reaches Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, then France will send its troops. And as of now, we saw that France, actually, if you look at this story, recently Russia bombed a certain building hosting French mercenaries.
Okay.
Yeah, Russia claimed that they were French mercenaries, which it attacked them, and a missile attacked them, and they killed them. Yeah. Which France did not respond, or they did not give an official communication. But if that is true, we might see some sort of maybe they have responded to this. Maybe Ukraine has taken part in it, and they want to respond because that was a blow to those mercenaries.
Yeah.
If you saw that report or that video, it was a blow to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we might see the war escalating.
Yeah. So let's.
Which I think. Yeah. And I'm anticipating for that to happen.
Yeah, so let's sit and watch what happens next. If anything new happens, I'll be glad to have you on the podcast as usual. So yeah, this has been an interesting conversation.
Okay, no problem. We shall see then.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
You too.